our last of the day. Reminder, you want to be in our top 10 at the end of this, so keep your eyes on the bottom 3 that we had. See if they can make that cut. It's their last chance to do so.
Yeah, as we do see now, it is Unlucky actually dropping a little earlier than I think we've seen them do before. And now teams spreading out. We do see more teams head towards this south side of the map than we do up in that top side. And things are just gonna be starting off as expected. Not too much going on, although Geyser does have a little bit. Nope, those teams are not landing together. It's hard to tell. It's a 2D plane. I'm not gonna know unless it's 3D. We do have some action somewhere though.
It's true. I mean, South looks pretty darn exciting. Only 12 squads, interestingly enough, dropping in right now, and it may just be, yeah, for our most standard ring of the day, pulling us a little bit further into that southern end, which is very exciting to see. We've talked up about how the ring endings that we've been getting so far have been relatively unorthodox, but now in a zone that I think a lot of teams should be comfortable with, we get to see everybody at their best, and oh, it just goes further south as well. This ring is so deliciously predictable.
It is very predictable, but I think what's interesting to me is just these corner style rings forcing teams to move early. Even if you did land middle, you have to move. You can't hang out in those middle areas. You've got to get into the ring earlier and earlier. So if you're like a team that landed up near Climatizer, you've got a trek to go right now. And that's going to create some interesting situations that we have not gotten yet today. So we are seeing Trippin, one of our teams that is near that bottom side, trying to get into the top 10 now.
Free fire right there. Rivalries should be able to get this kill there. 14 on Flesh after the huge amount of damage from earlier. And yeah, you send on this. You end up getting the full knock right now. Trippin, nothing to fear. Are moving forward, finding even more Flesh, getting that next knock, and with plenty of ammo in the Havoc, with plenty of safety. We go for the full style points right now, finishing off our Jack Frost in the lobby. Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year. Trippin, take the lives of Tribe, leaving just Red Suns.
Yeah, Tribe unfortunately getting a real rough start here and almost no realistic way to get those banners back. So Tribe gonna be ratting it out to see what they can do now. As actually Tribe are not the first team to go down here. We are down to 12 squads already. So things starting off very spicy here. And I would expect it is just going to get worse and worse as time goes on.
And this one is going to get rough for these squads. However, Trippin, making their way through tree right now, have opted out of playing zone, which is interesting. I believe they should have had the read, although there is potential that they're getting it inside of trees. We didn't get the chance to check in on where exactly the beacons were, but I'm curious with the fact that we are going launch site to see whether they go back to launch site, try and hold up some of those buildings, or instead rotating around up to the north, try and take some teams by surprise, as Unorganized certainly are hanging out up towards the north right now, just by the jump tower. They are definitely searching for some prey.
Absolutely here. Unorganized looking to maybe try and confirm this top spot here. They are sniffing it out, looking to get what they can. But right now, it is just some movement going around, going towards Geyser. And maybe trying to follow where this fire is going.
Shots were heard, so there is potential for a third party. Anything like game one, though, it could be a little bit of a bait. I'm surprised Team Unlucky aren't the ones on the hunt for it. They and their trademarked aggression is the thing that I've been looking out for this entire day. And given the fact that we are in our fourth game, normally we see aggression pick up as time goes on, but it seems like Unlucky have taken the opposite approach, dialing things back, and I'm very, very excited to see how that one goes for them. However, they're not the only ones that are starting off hot. Nerf end up finding 2 knocks onto Trippin, and may just find that wipe, sending us down to 11 squads for the first time today.
Yeah, we do actually see Nerf get 3 here, so they are just getting more and more points for themselves, trying to distance themselves into that first place here. Sriracha A team that we have seen go to late rings, but not really seen much success in terms of actual firefights. I want to see if Sriracha can go toe-to-toe in firefights, and we're gonna get a chance.
Yeah, we find out right now, right here. We already knew that there was a squad out here, but they did not get the chance. And Dome instantly going down gives them the opportunity to find a reset, and I wonder if they take this fight or if Tap Strafers actually come up and find a little bit of participation as well. Oh, Nerf is just vibing. That's nice. This is fun.
Oh my god. I'm pretty sure they're actually just kind of camping this. I think this is, Wait, is this one of the people that did go down earlier? This is, yeah, this is, Tribe. So I'm not exactly sure what's going on there.
Vibing. They're just vibing.
Okay, well, that's fair. Can't say
there are
I'm
only 10
like
squads
that.
left. Yeah, there are only 10 squads left, so sometimes, you know, you just gotta hold your spot and ring and wait for the lobby to come to you, especially when you're the team in first. Looks pretty good. However, Unorganized, not too patient themselves, do lose their shields and almost their lives. And for surprise, Rowdy ended up getting out of that one as easily as he did. Rest of Unorganized holding up the rear, though. The very least, they're going to be able to play this one comfortably and still continue to put pressure onto this tunnel. It's worth noting that they're doing this because they want kills, not because they want to win the game, because at this point, Unorganized are pretty darn convinced that they're going to place inside the top 10. But taking those kills would be that extra little boost in confidence.
Yeah, remember, the points you earn today, whether you make it to the top 10 or not, still count towards going to the Winter Championships. So it is important for some of these teams to actually still gain points. They can't let up, because if they want to make it to the finals, if they want to make it to the Winter Championships coming up later down the line, they need to continually gain points. They can't just rest.
Yeah, Winter Champs is where you hand out those big prize pools. And Unorganized definitely wanting to get there. Will have to give us their best performance today so far, especially tomorrow, which is really what I like seeing about the way that, that they're playing and about how all these teams are playing, is that they're not necessarily going, well, we can style on this, so let's do it. As the day has gone on, they've actually gone, well, we're likely making it to tomorrow, so let's use these 4 games, try and dial in our game plan. That's what's made these end games look so good. Transatlantic, though, one of the squads that started off super strong and have constantly just been playing with some of the best macro that they could. I am very excited for, because they, in this last lobby, could very well succeed in a lobby that I think, or in a style, rather, that I think that they're very well suited to.
Let's check out this way.
For sure, this is definitely gonna play towards them, and I want to see Tag do well. We have seen them so many times here at Nerd Street, and just seeing how they play and seeing, you know, how much they've struggled here and there, I would love to see them finally get some success going for themselves.
Tags waiting and trying to spot some people out. It seems like they finally got some prey. Whether they're better looted up or not, only time will tell, as Blake doesn't exactly have the best armor, which is a risky move. Normally, when you're moving around, I like to see your Gibby holding your best armor. Whether it be a purple, whether it be a blue, it doesn't really matter, because the biggest thing, the risk that you're trying to mitigate, is that he gets lasered, because let's not mince words. Gibby's kind of a bullet sponge, and if your Gibby goes down, you don't get that bubble for the reset. Surprised, and it ends up not only going that way, but working out for them. As we look over towards the southern end, we're going to get a little bit more action, likely involving several Gibby resets. Well, Team Unlucky try and poke their heads in where they are not welcome.
Yeah, Team Unlucky getting unlucky now and having to drop down. This might actually spell their doom, because they don't have cover.
Not too much of it just now. What they do have, at least for now, in their favor, is the fact that not a whole lot of teams want to actively drop off the high ground to contest this. So Unlucky end up staying alive for now, but as you've illustrated, this is a very poor spot at this point in the game. You can be shot from over by Lava Siphon, you don't really have any high ground, and I'm happy to see them move themselves up, ideally towards launch site and up that ramp, since Nerf is starting to take up some of the attention of the squad that was just above them.
I think Messiah has played a different character in every game. Like, I feel like we've seen Messiah on the Bloodhound. I forget what they were playing earlier, but man, Messiah is just playing whatever they feel like right now. Team Unlucky now are able to turn things around and get back onto this other side, but popping this Gibby ult, or popping this Gibby dome to protect themselves from the barrage.
Got for Nerf inside, however. Unlucky already having burned that dome, do not have the safety, and well, they must know that Nerf is inside cleaning up. They don't want to deal with it and end up using a little bit of mobility given to them by that jump pad to get up inside of launch site. It's a play for the late game, and they don't take the chance to eliminate Nerf while they had it. See if that bites them later on, as I'm excited for the potential regrets in this lobby. Nerf didn't fall that low, however, and now have so much more loot to work with, and one of the best positions in the lobby.
Yeah, I think ultimately, though, without, whether they had the knowledge or not, it was the right call, because like you said, they weren't really hurt. Nerf were still pretty healthy there, and Nerf were gonna just clean sweep there. So I think it's smart for Unlucky to say, all right, you know what, we just wait, get points.
I mean, I thought that's what they were doing. But then they come around the other side, and they may just go down. In fact, they do end up losing Wingman Enjoyer, so seems like the decision was a little bit long there. However, they may still go their way. Messiah is down, and Oi Senpai could take this fight. Fortunately, he will be unable to, and Nerf end up being the ones to claim that. However, may have mutually killed themselves, as Nerf now just have Avons left. It's Sir Noodles coming in to clean this one up. Avons will be lucky to get out alive. It seems like he will. Survive Noodles is going to be the ones to come up and, well, ultimately take those kills. And that was a very weird course of events for Unlucky. And honestly, I gotta say, guys, don't do that. That was, yeah.
I mean, I didn't expect them to be trying to go for the engage on the other side there, because, I mean, why would you in most cases, right? So I kind of assumed it was, hey, let's get out of here. Let's go to a different spot and just come back in. Oh, tag, no.
Valculted to do it, too. That was, yeah. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out later. But right now, Transatlantic are in the same position as Nerf. If they could solo queue up with each other, I'm sure that they would, as it would much increase their fun that they were having in this game. However, for all once, it's going to be a game of survival as he runs, I believe, right into the arms of another team over by Lava Siphon. Survive Noodles are not going to let this one go. Sir Willie on this Octane wants this kill, and with the PK, may just be able to find it. However, takes a big chunk in return, plays the cover just almost right, ends up getting taken down. No Gibby Dome out here, but the shield swap available as Noodles has his brothers back. Means that Willie gets to be quite comfortable, get that reset, get that extra bit of KP, the full squad wipe on Nerf. The MNK assist off to the north are completely unbothered.
Yeah, really being quiet this time around. You can see don't have really any damage to themselves here. MNK just hanging out, looking to just keep running up their score as best they can. And honestly, now with Nerf and Team Unlucky out of the picture, it's best to just hang out, hide, and get as many points from getting into the late game as possible. You can see they are just hanging out here down in this bottom side. They are by the dome. They have the ring advantage really here. This is such a good spot, and there's nobody else around here, it seems like.
No, and with MNK assist, holding up on some of the best territory that they could. I'd even like to see them take the outside of Dome for a little bit of extra movement here. Mostly because Dome can actually be quite limiting on the inside when it really comes down to it, if it is contested. And right now, yeah, it isn't. So this is currently their best move, but it's not a future-proof one. If MNK do get the opportunity to play the outside of the Dome, I'd like to see them opt into that so that they can find some kills more easily. Because consistency does come with at least participating in the rest of the game. And Tribe, well, they may not have had the opportunity to, maybe shut out of it very soon.
Yeah, I mean, despite literally, I think, losing the first two people of the game, Tribe still being alive at this point, I think says a lot to how Red Suns has just been playing this out and just trying to hold on to as much as possible. Just make sure not to run into anybody. To go from 12 to 6 squads and Red Suns just hanging out, you can see 6 squads, but only 14 people. So we have multiple squads here that are running without full members. Tag also being another one of them, and it is Flubbed who is their solo.
Wraith passive actually going to be super useful here again as well, as when you are a Wraith is the extra little benefit that you get ratting things out. Flubbed should be able to come up behind here. As to whether he gets into the next ring or not, though, this is going to be a little bit harder, especially because tap strafers are right in front of him, moving up onto this high ground. Don't believe they've spotted anybody just yet. Oh, no, there we go. We get a little bit of action here, but it is only 4th ring, and we've still got 6 squads left, 2 of which are rats, so we've really got 4 squads, and you know what that means, Tessa? That means that we're going to be chilling for a little while yet. Slow pace of game so far, but the nice thing is that it at least gives these teams time to consider how they want to approach an end game.
Well, also remember that Tap Strafers was one of those teams that I think was out of the top 10 going into this game. So they needed to get into the late game this time around, and we'll see if that is enough points to get them over. They may still need to get a couple here, but with these solo players around, it may be possible for them to close that gap and get into the top 10 here.
Top 6 are real nice so far. With Survive Noodles. Yeah, Survive Noodles. I keep mixing up Noodle and Vibe. Survive Noodles up on the high ground, though. They've got one of the other arguable best spots in the lobby. MNK on the other side are, I suppose, the queens to their king. And Sriracha on this low ground, the jack in this particular case.
That is the solo there.
These are the 3 power spots for the moment. And as you've illustrated, it seems like we may be getting ourselves moving down here. Red Suns ended up going out. We're down to top 5.
Oh, they're down.
And with the Arc Star connecting here, maybe going a little bit lower. Sriracha do end up eating a bit more damage. Nice heal's going to come in, though. Surprised to see the portal already, but the jump from above is even more unexpected.
Oh.
Arsenic ends up finding the 1 knock, but won't be able to survive the ensuing push, and that was a very, very aggressive push with the jump pad from Survive Noodles.
Yeah, they wanted this spot, and they're going to get it, but at what cost? Because they're not done fighting yet.
Res should be enough here. I believe it is a gold bag from the sound cue that I'm hearing, and it is. So Jim gets back into the game with a little bit more extra HP. Survive, end up picking up the extra 3 quite simply, and really don't get punished for it. Low heal's going to come in, but really, they've got all the time in the world. 4 squads left, and as we know, realistically 3, since there is still a rat in here. Survive Noodles get to evaluate what their best position is moving into this final ring, and oh lord, they got big mod weapons as well. This is big for them.
Yeah, this is very nice. MK assist once again, feeling pretty okay here. Ring 5, we will be moving fairly shortly, as I would expect. MK are not into the next ring just yet, but we'll have to see. They are just scouting things out, trying to look for their next best option.
Right now, MNK, I like their position. They don't have the Wraith portal, which I think is the most worrying thing about the game state right now. And they've got to be aware that that bridge right off to the bottom right is actually a pretty nicely playable area for a lot of teams. And I'd like to see them make their way a little bit more over towards that side of things. Just keeping their eyes, though, on tap strafers on the low ground seems to be enough for right now. And going right back to the bridge that I talked about, Blake is going to be sitting pretty here as well. 2 Spitfires in the lobby so far. I'm going to start chewing through people soon, but soon is only relative, as we got to wait for the free start closing yet. I believe Rat from Transatlantic right there. And, ooh, interestingly enough, Flubbed ends up getting a kill onto You Triggered Me. That is pretty nice stuff. It actually might be even more, though, as Bag's last one left alive, as Sir Willie has ended up going, or rather taking the kills. Bags is now a rat, trying to wander around outside of Tap Strafer's view, but I don't think that's going to work out. Survive Noodles down to just the 1 as well. Means that there are 3 different rats for MNK to just start cleaning up. We talked about movement. It seems like patience is the thing that may have won them this game.
Yeah, for sure right now, as Survive Noodle's gonna go down.
It's a 2v1. This guy's dead, right? This guy's dead. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
This guy's dead. MNK
got a little
Last
uncomfortable.
one's against the single rat, and it gets scanned out easily enough. And Amigo is ready to take this kill, and no Arc Star going to connect means that no 1v2 should be possible. Clean closeout for MNK, and I believe it is. So coming around the corner here, MNK send themselves out the victors. A nice